2 hardcover novels, they'll be helpful. If you have the Harry Potter series, those will be helpful. A blanket and a roll of toilet paper. And if you've been with me before in the past 2 classes, I do move up and down my mat. So you might want to determine where you want to place your screen. I'm going to suggest perhaps towards the top left corner so it's easier for you to view when I start to move down my mat. If you have the screen directly in front of you this way at the short end, you're going to have to really crane your neck to take a look around to see what I'm doing. So just adjust, determine what's best for you. And then grab those 2 novels. We're going to start in a seated Virasana. So if you are comfortable seating Virasana, you won't need this. But if you'd like a little support, grab 2 novels, grab that blanket to cover the novels so it kind of gives you a little bit of padding. And then you'll straddle it and bring the edge of your seat to those novels. And then tuck your heels in close to you. Just get comfortable, find a tall spine. Let your shoulders rest over your hips, your head centered and balanced in between your shoulders. Anything goes with the hands here. You can rest your hands in your lap. I'm going to place one hand over my heart, one hand over my belly this morning to start. And close your eyes and see if you can slowly just start to still your mind. We will begin practice today with a meditation. It's called Meditation of the 5 Senses. Tremendously grounding. I love this one every time I do this. So for now, see if you can bring your attention to your sense of hearing. What can you hear? Name 5 things that you can hear. Perhaps the birds are chirping outside. If you have young children at home, maybe you hear footsteps across the floor. Perhaps you hear the soft hum of electrical appliances, maybe the hum of your fridge. Perhaps you've got the dishwasher running, maybe the washing machine's going. Do you hear running water? Houses themselves have sounds, perhaps creaks and groans of the wood. Maybe your furnace kicked in. 5 things that you can hear. And now bring your attention to what you can feel. Name 4 things that you can feel. Notice where your body comes into contact with whatever surface that you're sitting on. Can you notice its texture? Is it rough, coarse, sticky, bumpy, smooth, grainy? The temperature of the air on your skin, how does that feel? Is it chilly, a tad warm? Perhaps it's dry. Maybe you felt a lot of moisture in the air. The clothes that you're wearing, how does that feel against your skin? Is it compressive, tight, silky, airy? Can you perhaps feel the feather-like weight of your eyelashes against your skin? So 4 things that you can feel. And bring your attention to your sense of smell. What are 3 things that you can smell? Perhaps it is the lingering scent of coffee in the air. Maybe yesterday's dinner that you made still lingers in the air. Maybe you made breakfast. What does the lingering odor smell like? Is it sweet, sour, maybe acrid? Did you burn your toast? Or perhaps you've already opened the window. What does the fresh air smell like? 3 things that you can smell. Now bring your attention to your sense of taste. Can you name 2 things that you can taste? Perhaps you drank coffee, tea, juice. Can you taste that on your tongue? Maybe you just brush your teeth. Is it minty? Perhaps you had a breath mint, cookies, 2 things that you can taste. Now bring your attention to your sense of sight. If your eyelids are closed, what can you see? Are you sensing light, shapes, movement? One thing that you can see. And now let's take a collective inhale in through the nose together. Then open mouth, exhale. And very gently start to open your eyes. Keep your gaze soft. Release your hands. And then if this seat is no longer comfortable, you are welcome to come into a cross-legged seat. I'm going to remain like this. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And then I'd like you to extend your left arm at shoulder height and reach your fingers away from you. Actively reach them away from you and use this arm as a lever. Start to drop the arm very slowly until you get to the juiciest stretch on that side of your neck. And if you'd like a little bit more, bring your right hand, rest it along the right side of your face, and just use the weight of that palm to deepen that stretch without any force. Release your right hand if it's resting alongside your face. And then re-lift your head. As you re-lift your head, just let that left hand drop down to the floor. Now taking it over to the other side, drop your left ear to your left shoulder, then lift the right arm to shoulder height. Actively reach the fingertips away from you. And then very slowly start to explore this. Start to lower that hand inch by inch, and then stop when you get to the best stretch that you feel on the right side of your neck. Adding the weight of the palm, if you'd like that stretch. Continue to keep your breaths even and smooth. And release your left hand. And as you re-lift the head, lower the right hand down to your sides. Okay, working into a little bit of cat and cows while we're seated. Interlace your fingers all the way to the webbing, and then you'll turn the flesh of your palms forward. Reach forward as far as you can, and then start to tuck your chin into your chest, round into the upper back. So exaggerate that flexion in your spine. So make it that huge C-shaped curve. And start to reach the arms up towards the sky. Keep them interlaced. Now release the fingertips, interlace them behind your back, and then lengthen, straighten the elbows. See if you can draw your knuckles down towards the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe lift the gaze. So coming into a slight back bend, maybe a big back bend for some of you. Release the hands, interlace them in front of you, and then round in again as you press the flesh of your palms forward, round in. This is your cat. Then lift the arms up to the sky. Release. And then interlace your hands behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then drag the knuckles down towards the floor. Maybe with your heart beating, with your gaze slightly bigger, the spine's forming up. Release the hands, interlace them in front of you. Press the flesh of your palms forward, round in again. Make it big. Exaggerate the movements. Then lift your arms up towards the sky. Release them, interlace them behind you again, one more time. Then draw the knuckles down towards the floor with your heart, chest, lean back slightly, and then come back to center. All right, come on off your blocks, or books. You can set them aside, you won't need them until later. And then start to find your way into quadrupeds, so your tabletop pose. Bringing your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Extend your right leg behind you. Press the toes into the mat and then press the heel towards the mat. So just kind of waking up the back line of your leg. Now lift the right leg up at hip height. Lift the right hand, extend it in front of you and actively reach forward. Try and maintain your balance. Now, see if you can turn. So externally rotate and turn the top of the right thigh out towards the side. Then we're coming into that awkward stick pose where you swing the leg off to the side, the arm goes off to the side. So you can keep the leg at hip height. Come back through center. 2 more times, please. Swing it out to the side, center. And one more time, off to the side, center. Now really ground down through your hand, your right hand and your right knee. Find stability in your core. And can you hover the left foot off your mat? Just for a moment here. So it requires really firming up the core. Can you hover it for 3, 2, 1, set it down. Come back to tabletop, you can shake this out. So trying the other side, extend the left leg, toes on your mat, lengthen the heel towards the mat. Okay, release that stretch, lift your left leg up to about hip height, extend the right one forward. Externally rotate that left thigh, so point the thigh out, and then swing that whole leg off to the side, and the arm goes to the side, so that awkward stick pose. Inhale, center, exhale, swing, inhale, center, exhale, swing, and come back to center, really firm up your core, abdominals, pull the navel in, and can you hover your right foot off that mat, just slightly, maybe an inch, for 3, 2, 1, tabletop. Awesome, you guys. All right, re-extend that right leg at hip height. And let's do that same thing. Externally rotate, swing it off to the side. Now set that whole right foot down. Start to sink your hips towards your left heel. Maybe crawl your hands forward. Some of you might be able to even get your forehead down to the mat as you do this. Now just lift your forehead slightly if you got it on your mat. Start to walk your fingertips towards your right foot. So taking a little bit of a side bend here. Continue to press the left hip back. And then come back to the center and come back onto straight elbows. Now inhale, you'll reach your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, thread the needle, but you're not coming down. You're just actively reaching those fingertips as far away from you as you can. Then inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread that needle again. Reach far away as you can. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread that needle. Then inhale, reach up with the right hand. Exhale, set it down. Switching sides. Inhale, left hand reaches up. This time, thread the needle and come all the way down. So you're coming down to the left side of your face. You can always slide that novel, that book under your face if you can't get it to the floor. Some people want to try and grab your big toe with your left fingers. Anything goes with the right hand. You can rest it beside your face. You can crouch to the top of your mat. You can even wrap it around your low back, maybe resting your fingertips on the top of your left thigh. So we'll hang out here for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, reach up to the sky with the right hand. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, reach out with the left hand. Exhale, set it down. Okay. For fun, let's try a couple of rounds of cat and cow with the right leg adducted. So inhale to a neutral spine. Exhale, round through the upper back, tuck your tailbone in, chin to chest. Inhale, untuck the tailbone, melt the belly. Melt the heart, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale, round in. Inhale into your cow. And then exhale, neutral spine. Come back to tabletop. Okay, left side. Extend that left leg. Point it off to the side and swing this whole left leg and then set it down. Start to sink your hips towards your right heels. Maybe reach forward with the arms. Maybe bring the forehead down to the mat. Lift your head slightly. Walk your fingertips towards your left toes. But I keep drawing the outer right hip back, so don't let it travel forward in space. Walk the hands back forward, come back up onto straight elbows. Then inhale, left hand reaches up to the sky. Exhale, thread it under the right armpit. Reach as far away from you as you can. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread. And one more time, inhale, reach up. This time, set the left hand down. Okay, right hand lifts. Exhale, thread the needle, come on down. To maybe the side of your face, you can grab that book, slide it under your head, your choice here. Some of you will try and catch a hold of the left big toe. Then left hand can be beside your face. You can walk it to the top of your mat. You can wrap it around your low back. Maybe resting it on the top of your right thigh. Lots of options here. On your next inhale, reach up to the sky with the left hand. Set it down beside your face. Right hand reaches up. Exhale, set it down. And come back to tabletop. All right, if you want to turn and face your screen, I want you to, doesn't matter what shape your legs are in, reach up with your hands. And then flex, extend at the wrist. So point your fingers behind you. Point your fingers back, okay? And then draw your shoulders up to your ears. Draw your shoulders up to your ears, like scrunch them up really high. And think of moving from your shoulder head. I want you to slide your head, shoulder heads out and down. So the shoulder blades will slide down your back and your shoulder heads will pivot off to the side. So it almost creates this action of moving your fingertips to the side. And then you feel that broadness in your upper back. Keep doing that. Draw your shoulders up to your ears. Then slide your shoulder blades down and away from you, but rotate from the shoulder heads. Do that again. Up. Slide them down. Keep doing it on your own until you start to really feel that warmth in the upper back. So externally rotating from the shoulder girdle. All right, we're going to translate this to down dog. So come on into your down dog. So spreading your fingers wide, planting your hands. Lift your hips to the sky. And just take a moment, pedal out your feet here for a moment. So doing your down dog dance. Okay, find stillness, and then let's do that same thing. Draw your shoulders up to your ears. It's going to feel really funky. And then moving from the head of your shoulders, slide your scapula down and away from you. The shoulder heads move in slightly, move out slightly. So creating that broadness in the upper back. You can do that again. So draw the shoulders up to the ears, and almost like you're trying to point your fingertips away from you, it creates that action of wrapping your triceps in towards each other. Keep your armpits long, and then think of the area, the upper thigh and your lower abdomen. Can you decrease that angle? So shorten the angle, make it smaller. So that involves bringing and inviting the chest closer towards the thigh. Then lift your heels. Take a slow walk up to your hands and just come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Here your knees can be bent. You can drape your torso over your thighs. You can grab opposite elbows. Let your neck decompress. Try and release some of that tension. If you're holding it in your neck, you can add a sway. All right. Release your hands and interlace them behind your back like we did at the beginning of class. And then extend and lengthen the knuckles towards the sky. Now, can you keep the height, like pin your shoulders where they're at, but drop your seat? So you're lowering the hips, but you're not lowering the hands. So keep your arms lifted as high as you can. Lower your seat, so almost like you're in a very low chair. Press through your feet. Stand all the way up, but don't drop the hands. So exploring shoulder extension. Then sweep, release your hands, sweep them up. Exhale, forward fold. You can swan there down, you can come through center. Then inhale, halfway lift. Pull out of your waist. Keep your weight in midfoot and toes. Exhale, fold. Let's try that again. Inhale, interlace your hands. Reach your knuckles up to the sky. Exhale, drop your hips, but keep the height of your arms. Keep the height of your arms. Then press down through your feet. Push all the way up. Keep the height of your arms. Then release them. Sweep them all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, step back to your high plank. You can always do this with your knees on the floor. Stay for the inhalation. On the exhale, lower your knees, come all the way down. We'll fold through cobra the first time around. Inhale, cobra. Tops of feet are heavy, heart is light. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Keep your collarbones broad. Exhale, down dog. Then remember that action of keeping the upper back broad. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Lift the knuckles to the sky. Pin your shoulders where they're at. Drop your seat. Or keep lifting the arms. Then push down through your feet. Come all the way up. Release the hands. Inhale, reach up. Then exhale, this time let's add a back bend. That might feel really good. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to your high plank. Stay for the inhale. Then you can chaturanga or hold your plank. This is personal choice. Up dog or a cobra. This time I'm doing up dog. My thighs are lifted. Exhale, down dog. Okay, we'll do one more Sunday. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Then interlace your hands behind your back. Lift the knuckles to the sky. Keep them there, but drop your hips. Drop your hips. And stand all the way up. Release the hands, reach up. Back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Stay for the inhale, then you pick what you'd like to do. Vinyasa, we'll meet in down dog. Up dog, exhale, down dog. You take an inhale in through the nose, exhale through the nose, and then walk your feet closer together. And then see if you can sink your hips towards your heels, but widen the knees. So it's almost like a little bit like a down dog squat. Then come back to down dog. Try squatting again. Down dog, squat. Down dog. Okay, inhale, right leg lifts. So lengthen it towards the sky. And then just watch that you don't dump all your weight into your left shoulder. Try and keep the weight even across your shoulders. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot outside of your right pinky. So it's almost on the floor. Then inhale, reach up with your right hand, and maybe lean back slightly. If you do, this is a little bit of a back bend. Take a breath in. As you exhale, right hand scoops under left armpit. Inhale, reach up, maybe reach back. Exhale, scoop one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Then reach up for the last time. Exhale, set the right hand down. Now take this next move slow. You'll heel toe your feet in, but keep your right toes pointed at the top left corner of your mat. You'll have to pivot onto your left heel and sink into Skandasana. So here, it can be a low Skandasana, it can be a high Skandasana. I know it's early, take this easy on yourself. But drill the left heel into the mat and think of dragging it in towards you. Hands can be at heart center. The next move is a big one. You will rise into warrior two to the back of your mat. So you have a choice of using your hands to help you and lift it into your warrior two, or some of you, I know some of you can do this, no hands, you'll just rise into warrior two towards the back of your mat. So settle into your warrior two. You can pulse that front knee, but make sure the left knee is over the left ankle and that your legs are very, very active. Shoulders over hips. And then watch the low back. You want the tailbone pointed down in between your legs. Collect the low abs. Gaze is over, soft and over your left fingertips. Relax the sides of your neck. Then inhale. You'll straighten this left knee, point the toes forward, give yourself a hug. I'll use one right now. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the room. And then again, you can pulse. Start to pivot onto your left tippy toes and then sweep the left hand forward. Bring your hands to heart center. Squeeze the inner thighs together and settle into the stance. So let the right thigh descend closer to the back, to your mat. You might have room to wiggle your back toes further back to take the bend out of back knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, revolve crescent, hooking the left elbow outside of the right knee. And then here, see if you can bring the center of your heart towards your palms. Draw the right shoulder blade down towards your left glute. Hold this twist. Stay for the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Take one more inhale. Release the hands down to your mat. And then hover this right foot into your chest. Balance, and then slowly set it down in the middle of your mat. Kickstand it. Reach the left hand up to the sky, but you can keep the left foot down. Now all I want you to do is that external rotation again. Point the top of the left thigh towards the sky. You might have to come up on your tippy toes. Windmill yourself up. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale, sink into that left knee. So we're lengthening and stretching out the inner leg seam. Then inhale, center. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend. Then inhale, center. This time, plant your palms towards your back tippy toes, towards that left leg. Pivot on that right knee. And then come into a little lunge. Inhale, left leg goes back and up. Stretch it up. So first time we're doing three-legged dog on this side. And then step that left foot outside of your left fingertips. Okay. Inhale, reach that left hand up to the sky. Maybe lean the head back into that back bend. And then scoop that left hand under the right armpit. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Then inhale, reach. Exhale, left hand comes down. Heel toe your foot in. And then left toes point at the top corner. Skandasana. So again, it can be a high skandasana, low skandasana. But wake up this hamstring by dragging the heel in, but nothing moves. Okay, you guys know where we're going. Rise into warrior two in that direction. So bending the right knee, rise into your warrior two. Then settle into your warrior two, maybe pulse just a little bit. And then eventually finding stillness. Get a sense for if your pelvis is level. So the right hip and the left hip need to be even. Shoulders are stacked over hips and they point in the same direction. Then straighten that right knee, pick up the toes, point them forward, give yourself that hug. Then warrior two to the back of the mat. Come into your right tippy toes, close that hip joint. Bring your hands to heart center. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Let the left thigh sink towards the mat, but lift the back of the right thigh towards the side. Take an inhale. Exhale, revolve crescent. So think of drawing the left shoulder blade down to the right glute, but don't drop the height of the right hip. Take one more inhale. Release your hands into a low lunge. Then pick up that left foot, hover the knee. Slowly set it down in the middle of your mat. Pivot, you're in that supported side plank. You might have to externally rotate that, the top of your thigh pointing up the sky, set the foot down, then windmill up. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Inhale, come back out. Exhale, bend. One more time. Inhale, come back out. Exhale, bend, and inhale out. Plant your palms, pivot, send the left toes back, come into that low lunge. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 cycles of breath here. If you need some water, go grab it. If you need a child's pose, feel free to take it. Okay, let's re-meet in down dog. From your down dog, looking at your feet. Inhale, right leg lifts. We repeat. Maybe a little faster this time. Exhale, step the right foot outside of the right finger, outside of the right pinky. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, scoop. Just one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, scoop. Then inhale, reach up. Exhale, set the right hand down. Heel tilt the foot in, sink into your skandasana. Inhale, rise into your warrior two at the back of your mat. The left knee is the one that's bent. Inhale, give yourself a hug, straighten that left leg. Then warrior two to the front of the room. Then close that left hip, come onto the left tippy toes. Bring your hands to heart center, take a breath in. Exhale, hook and twist. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, right knee into chest. Exhale, set it down in the middle of your mat. Shift the right foot off, kickstand it. Reach up with the left hand, reach up with the top of your left thigh, then windmill up. Take a breath in. Exhale, sink into that left knee. How low can you go? Inhale, back out of it. Exhale, sink. Inhale, back out. Release the hands, and then you'll pivot. Low lunge at the back of your mat. The left leg is the one that's bent. Inhale, three-legged dog. Step the left foot outside of the left hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach up and lean back. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand comes down, then heel toe your foot in, skandasana. Left knee is bent. Maybe hands at heart center this time. Then inhale, we'll rise into warrior two. Inhale, give yourself a hug, straighten that right knee. Exhale, warrior two to the back of your mat. Left knee is the one that's bent. Then close the right hip, arm comes forward, bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, hook the right elbow outside of the left knee. Twist. Then release your hands down to your mat. Left knee comes into your chest. Slowly set the left knee down. Kickstand that left foot. Reach up with the right hand. Then point the top of the right thigh up to the sky. Windmill up. Take an inhale. Exhale, really sink into that knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pivot. Fingertips to the top of your mat. Back to that low lunge. It's the right knee that bends. Then just step back to your down dog. Now maybe bring your feet close together. We'll do those down dog squats again. We do them a couple of times. Okay, back to down dog. Then lift your heels, bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Interlace your hands behind your back, lift the knuckles to the sky, drop your hips back, keep the height of the arms. Press through your feet, stand up. Release the hands all the way up. Back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back to your high plank. You decide, down dog right away or vinyasa. I'm coming back to down dog. Okay, from the down dog, come to weak child's pose. So let your knees come down to the mat. Bring your big toes together, knees apart. Take 3 breaths in this child's pose. If you want to grab some water, go ahead and do that. I'm going to do that. All right, let's all meet in down dog. Okay, so working into part 2 of our flow. Looking at your feet, bring your feet together. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it up. This time, low lunge. So step your foot up in between your hands. Then come into a standing split. So you'll lift your left leg up to the sky, as high as you can go. With the idea here is you want to get into the right hamstring. So sometimes in class, you'll hear the teacher say, keep the left hip, the hip that's in the air closed. I'm going to say do whatever you want here to get into that right hamstring. So if you need to lift the left foot higher, go ahead and do that. Walk your hands closer to your base leg. Some of you might even want to wrap your right hand around your right calf. You're playing with balance, maybe both hands. And if you can see your left foot in your peripheral vision, go ahead and lift it a little higher. Now take an inhale. As you exhale, come into a jiva squat. Left knee behind the right knee, but hover the toes and then bend. Sink your hips. 2 more times, please. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, jiva squat. If you need to, you can always set your right toes down. I'm going to hover it. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, jiva. Now this time, do drop the right toes, but see if you can square the hips to the top of your mat. Then inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, another back bend. See if you can keep your balance. Now bring your hands to heart center. And can you tap your left knee to your left elbow? So it's a little bit of a balance sequence here. Left knee, left elbow, move slowly. Can you get it as high as that elbow? And then swing the knee in front of you. Can you straighten that leg? So it's all about hip strength. Stay for 3, for 2, for 1. Slide this leg back down. Come into your Tadasana. Then inhale into your chair. Sink the hips. Take an inhale. Then with every exhale, maybe can you bend and sink a little lower, a little lower, a little lower. We're coming all the way down. We're going to come into Navasana. So both toes, your toes can be on the mat. If you need to, you can wrap your hands around the backs of your thighs, but keep your spine tall. Some of you will lift your toes. Some of you will come into this variation for 3, 2, 1. Rebend the knees, cross the ankles. Now here you can use your hands to help you, or you can not use your hands. You can keep using your hands, but stand on your knees. Untuck the toes. Then reach your hands up. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lean back, but reach the arms forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean back. One more time, exhale, inhale, reach up. Then exhale, plant your palms. Step back to your high plank or straight to down dog. So vinyasa, we all meet in down dog. Then once you get to down dog, check in with your breath. Notice has it become shallow, and if it has, then just focus on deepening your inhales and lengthening your exhales. It's coming to a 3-legged dog, left leg lifts. And step it up into that low lunge. Then inhale into your standing splits, right leg lifts. With the goal of getting into that left hamstring, so you might have to lift it the right leg a little higher. Maybe wrapping the left hand around the left ankle. If you can see that right foot, can you lift it a little higher? Take an inhale, then exhale into that jiva squat. Right knee behind left knee, maybe hover the foot. 2 more times, please. Inhale, kick into your standing split. Exhale, jiva. 1 more time. Inhale, kick. Exhale, jiva. Now drop your right toes, but keep your hips square. Do as try to keep that right hip forward. Then inhale, rise up. Keep your balance. Exhale into your back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, very slowly move with purpose. Bring and see if you can connect the right knee to the right elbow. Hold it there. And the knee moves forward. Straighten that right leg for 3, for 2, for 1. Slide it down. Then inhale into your Utkatasana. Okay, you guys know where we're going. We're just going to sink, 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 all the way down eventually. Then come into Navasana, your version of Navasana. Just remember to keep your spine lifted. Then cross the ankles, set your feet down. You can try and stand on your knees without your hands. And this time, a little different here. Bring your hands to heart center, take an inhale. Exhale, tap, look back and tap the right ankle. Inhale, center. Tap the left ankle. Inhale, center. Tap right. Inhale, center. Tap left. Inhale, center. Okay, we're going for maybe half camel. So bring your hands behind your back. Fingers can be pointed up or down, but you start to squeeze your shoulder blades together, lengthen the spine, and start to lean back. Some of you might want to come into Ustrasana right away if you feel like your spine is pretty warmed up, but lean back. We'll have a couple of opportunities to try this later. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And very slowly come back to the center. Set your hands down and then step back into your high plank or down dog, vinyasa, your choice. We'll meet in down dog. We will try that again. So inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Step it up. Inhale, standing split. You won't stay too long this time. Right away, come into a Jiva squat for 1. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, Jiva squat for 2. And then drop those left toes. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale into your back bend. Merge the palms, bring into heart center. Left knee to left elbow, very slowly. Tap. Then straighten and keep that left leg forward for 3, 2, 1. Slide that left leg down. And then come into your chair, Utkatasana. And slowly start to sink all the way down, all the way down, 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 down. This time, let's try crow while seated. So you're gonna plant your hands. Imagine you're up against the wall. You're planting your hands, you're bending the elbows are in line with your shoulders. Bring your knees to the outside of your triceps. And then bring your toes together. And here, I want you to squeeze your legs together strongly. So waking up the adductors. Wake the adductors up with an add-on. You want to play with keeping your knees connected to the triceps, but maybe straighten the left leg. Bend it. Maybe straighten the right leg. Bend it. Cross the ankles. Then stand on your knees. And then this time, your choice, come back to that half Ustrasana or full Ustrasana. So you'll have to bring your fingers to your ankles. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Start to lean back, but offer your hips forward. This is just basically a standing bridge. You can tuck your chin to your chest so you can lean the head back, your choice. And then very slowly come back to the center. Plant the palms. Vinyasa or down dog. We've got one more side. All right. From down dog, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, standing split. And then Jiva squat for 1. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Jiva squat for 2. Drop the right toes, shift so that the right hip is forward, then inhale, we rise up. Exhale into your back bend. Then merge the palms. And then launch off that right tippy toes. Bring the right knee to the right elbow. Swing the leg forward, straighten the leg for 3, for 2, for 1. And then park the right leg next to your left. Inhale into your chair. And then start to make your way down. So try to do this as slowly as you can. And then come onto your seat. Set up in that seated crow. So think of pressing your palms against the wall, bending at the elbows. Hook your knees to the outside of your triceps, but squeeze your legs in towards each other. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So adductors, you've got to round into your spine to do this. But don't tuck your chin into your chest. Try and just look forward. Then maybe straighten that left knee. Maybe straighten the right knee. And then release, cross the ankles, stand. One more time on your knees. And then here we go again. So another chance for that back bend. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Maybe leaning back this time. Notice how the low back feels. And then slowly, slowly make your way up. Plant your palms, step back for vinyasa to down dog. And once you come to down dog, come up down to your knees. Well, actually, I'll correct myself. Lift your heels, and then if you want to, you can walk your feet up or you can land in Halasana. So your choice on what you'd like to do, but come to Alasana. And we're going to practice a little bit with pressing up from Alasana to standing. You have a couple of choices here. If you're not feeling it today, you can grab those two novels. You can park yourself and just have a seat and hang out here for a little bit. For those of you who would like to join me, just come into Alasana and very slowly start to press into your feet. You can do stand and rise. We'll do that 2 more times. So rebend the knees, come on down, then press up, and then squat. Press up, and then squat. Now here, the other thing to notice is if your heels are lifted, that's okay. You can always take that blanket and slide it under your heels, if that helps. And then let's just warm up the wrist a little bit. So circle out the wrist. And then maybe plant your palms and then bring the inner wrist towards each other. So essentially, I'm trying to get you guys to work on your wrist, but also distract you from everything that's going on in the lower half of your body. And then maybe turn your fingers in. Try and get the heel of the palm down towards the floor. And release. Okay, grab your roll of TP. You've been in my classes before. We usually do it with a block, but we'll try it with TP. Take that roll of toilet paper, set it on top of your right knee. Pin it in place with that right elbow, okay? So the squat to stand, we're gonna try it again, but this time with one leg. Step your left leg in, left hand on your left hip. Now, we'll very slowly try and rise, but holding this TP roll in place. So you have to press down and lift. So working on balance, 2 more times, slowly lower. And press up for 2. Good, lower. Last time for 3. Press up for 3 and see if you can hold it at the top. Can you also externally rotate? Rotate for 3, for 2, for 1. Come out of it slowly, all the way down. Other side. So toilet paper roll. This is a really abuse for the toilet paper roll. Then clip it. Step your right foot in, right hand on your hip, and very slowly start to rise. Bring the knee all the way up. 2 more times, lower down. And stand. And lower. Last time for 3. Once you found your balance, maybe externally rotate for 3, 2, 1. Swing it back and then slow, slow, lower down. Oh. Okay, you can set the toilet paper roll aside. We've got about a minute to play with Bakasana. So what we tried to do while we were seated, now we're going to try and do it with our relationship a little different with gravity. So a lot of times I find a perch is helpful if you're just learning to do this. If you're afraid of the face plant, that's what the blanket's here for. So you can put it in front of your face. And you'll step your feet onto this block. Press your palms into the mat like you were in plank, and then bend your elbows straight back. So the heaviest part of your body here is your hips. So I would recommend lifting the hips and then try and set your knees as high as you can towards the armpits. So they're resting on your tricep. Then lean forward, look forward. So don't look down. Maybe lift one toe, the right foot, set it down. Maybe lift the left, set it down. Maybe lift both feet. So you've got about a minute to play with this. Go ahead. Some of you will want to try jumping back from crow. You know who you are. Or other variations. Another variation that I was introduced to a couple months ago, if you want to try this, is instead of having your knees up towards the armpits, is have your knees on your elbows, which is an interesting concept, but it makes sense because you're stacking your joints still. So balance your knees on your elbows and do this. So take about another 30 seconds more. And if you've had enough of your crow practice, let's all meet in down dog. We'll put part 1 and part 2 together. So from the down dog, inhale, right leg lifts. Then exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Inhale, reach up, lean back. Just one time. Exhale, set the right hand down, heel toe your foot in, then sink into your skandasana. Maybe hands at heart center, maybe it's high skandasana, your choice. Then rise into warrior 2, left leg bends, left knee bends. Give yourself a hug, straighten that left leg, warrior 2 to the front of the room. Then come into that high lunge with the legs, so close the left hip off, bring your hands to heart center, take an inhale. Exhale, revolve crescent. Release your hands down to the mat. We're going to skip that transition. Come straight into your standing split. Then exhale, just one jiva, hover it. Drop the toes, square the hips. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Exhale into your back bend. Merge the palms again. Left knee, left elbow. Third time around. Straighten that left leg. Park it beside you. Then inhale into that chair. Slowly come all the way down. Okay, we're going to come straight into a seated crow. So let's try it this way, squeezing and waking up the adductors. And cross the ankles, maybe plant the knees, stand on your knees. And then your choice, if you'd like that half camel, maybe full camel. Slow, make your way out of your back bend, plant your palms, and then step back into your down dog or vinyasa to down dog. Okay, left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step your left foot outside of your left hand. Inhale, reach up with the left hand. Exhale, scoop. Then inhale, reach up. Exhale into your skandasana. Sorry guys, you gotta see my back here. We'll switch really quickly. Then inhale, rise up into warrior 2. Give yourself a hug. Warrior 2 to the back of your mat or front of your mat. Then close that right hip. Bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale, revolve crescent. Release your hands down to the mat. Inhale into your standing split. Exhale, one jiva. Drop the right toes. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Then back bend. Hands at heart center. Right knee, right elbow. Straighten that leg. Then park it beside you. Come into your chair. Sink, sink, sink. All the way down. One more time, that seated crow. With the option to straighten one leg, maybe the other. Straighten the other leg, maybe the other. Cross the ankles, stand on your knees. Last time for your back bend, camel. Press the hips forward, lean the head back. And slowly, slowly make your way back up. Take it back to your high plank or straight to down dog. Then from your down dog, lift your heels, bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Lift the knuckles to the sky. Maybe stuff has loosened up a little bit here. Drop your hips, but keep the height of your arms. Press into your feet to rise all the way up. Release the hands, reach up. Last back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to your high plank, step it back. Stay for the inhale, chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Nice job, everyone. Take 3 cycles of breath in this down dog. And then from your down dog, you can lower your knees to your mat, walk your hands in, and come down to your seat. Whew. Sweating here. All right, so let's set up in double pigeon. I am not going to mirror you in this because I will get confused, but let's start with the right leg as your base leg. Then you want to stack your shins like firelocks. So you're stacking your shins and then you'll flex your toes. When you look down, you want to be able to see a little triangle in between the legs. And then think of squeezing your feet towards each other. So you're just creating the action of squeezing your feet in towards each other. We'll add a little flow to this. So some of this is going to be hip flexion and core work. So tee out the arms and come to eagle arms. So if your left leg is on top, the left hand or the left arm is under, okay? Coming to your eagle arms, just lift your elbows to shoulder height. Then inhale, come into a back bend. So lift and draw the elbows up to the sky. So you exhale, kind of lean forward, fold over. Then inhale, re-lift, untangle the arms, untangle the legs. Now without using your hands, set the left leg down, left shin down, right shin on top, flex your feet, then eagle arms, right hand under. Inhale, lift up, exhale, tuck in. Then inhale, lift, untangle legs, untangle arms, switch sides, whichever leg was below, go on top. So left, under, left leg on top, right arm under, left arm under. Then lean back, tuck in, re-lift, untangle, switch sides, and then switch arms. Inhale, lift, exhale, tuck, and then inhale, re-lift, and just untangle your arms at this point. Set your fingertips down. Here is when we find stillness. If you find that there is a huge gap in between this knee and this foot, you can grab that blanket and slide it so you have something to squish on. And then find your tall spine and slowly start to hinge forward. Take this slow until you get to the juiciest, yummiest stretch. Eventually you can walk the hands forward. Some of you will come all the way down. But continue flexing your feet. Keep your seat on the mat so those sit bones stay glued to the mat. And squeeze your knees in towards each other. And start to back out of it. Again, we're going to switch legs so you can do this without your hands. Then adding the prop if you needed that. And then you just start to hinge forward, folding over. You walk the hands in, back to a tall spine. This time untangle your legs. Stand both legs in front of you. You might have to wiggle to move the flesh of your hips aside. And come into tree legs. So let's start with the right knee that bends. And then again here you might have to move the flesh of your right hip aside and then just start to walk down the length of that left leg. Some of you will bind. But whatever it is, try and keep your shoulders even. So don't let one shoulder dip below the other. And switching sides, walk your hands in. Extend the right leg. And slide and bend the left knee. The left foot on the inside of the right thigh. You have to slide the flesh of your hips aside again. Just adjust. And then start to walk down the length of that right leg. Start to walk your hands in. And let's come into a variation of Paschimottanasana. I'm going to leave this up to you. If you want the full hamstring stretch, then come into regular Paschimottanasana. If you want it to be more about a low back release, grab that blanket and roll it up. And you'll slide it underneath your knees. So customize this. Then your legs are hips distance apart. You will grab a hold wherever you can on those legs. You can maybe use your pinky fingers, catch a hold of your big toes. Then take an inhale to lengthen your spine. On the exhale, start to widen the elbows and fold. So see if you can glue your belly to your thighs. And just hang out here. And let this be about more of the low back as opposed to the hands. And slowly start to back it up. You can set aside that blanket. And then it's time to bend your knees and then allow the knees to fall to the right. Okay, then widen your feet, widen your legs, so separate them even more. You'll turn towards the right and then eventually turning towards the back. So this is a seated twist. So keep going until you really start to feel that stretch in maybe the lower left quadrant of your back. Hang out here and see if you can soften into this twist. I find this a little bit more intense than when I do it supine. So it's fun to mix it up once in a while. So options, you can stay here, or if you want to come down to your elbows, you can do that too. And once you're here, see if you can take and hang on to this for about 3 cycles of breath. Very slowly, start to ease yourself and unwind from this twist. And then you'll lift your knees to the sky, drop them to the left. Again, separating your feet, your legs as much as you need to. And then twist over to the left and go as far as you can. And feel that stretch. I feel it in the lower right quadrant, so the QLs. And then taking those choices of staying up on your palms, coming down to your forearms. And slowly, slowly unwind from the twist. And then let's make our way to our backs. So ease yourself down. And then bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart into Supta Baddha Konasana. If things are still feeling tight in your hips, you can slide those dongles under your knees to help you. And settle into your Supta. Maybe rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly again. Honoring and acknowledging the 2 forces that keep us alive. All right, release your Supta Baddha Konasana. Start to extend your legs long, down the mat. Starting to take up the shape that you would for Shavasana. So get comfortable. If you like the blanket under your knees, you can go ahead and do that. And before I release you into your full Shavasana, this time take both hands to your heart. And this is a quick meditation. I saw this morning on social media. It's from Bloom. I thought it was beautiful. It is an Anahata meditation, so a heart chakra meditation. Close your eyes. I will repeat it twice. It goes like this. I listen to my heart and honor its connection to the hearts of others. I allow love to fill me up and guide me in all of my actions. I gracefully move to the rhythm of life. I repeat, I listen to my heart and honor its connection to the hearts of others. I allow love to fill me up and guide me in all of my actions. I gracefully move to the rhythm of life. Release your arms down beside you and enjoy your Shavasana. And if you have a few more moments to linger in Shavasana, I encourage you to do that. But if you're ready to be guided out, start to invite some movement into your fingers and toes. Maybe circle out the wrists and ankles. Then gently gather your knees into your chest. Slowly lower them to either side, coming into a fetal pose. Then gently ease yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the screen. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me this morning. I wish you well. I wish you health. Namaste. And if you want to take us off mute and